In this video, I'm going to break down if it's possible for Junior to surpass his father, because we all know superstar dads want their sons to follow in their footsteps, whether it's Tiger Woods and Baby Tiger or LeBron James and Bronny James. It's only normal for a father to want his son to follow in his footsteps to further the name and the dynasty, but such dreams depend on two components, which is discipline and development. I mean, how many times have we seen a world star superstar dominating the game, and when we see their kids, we assume the kids would bring the same level of performance, only for those kids not to live up to the standard of the name. Some kids would even go as far as to changing their last name. Back in the day, when Cristiano first arrived at Manchester United, we all knew he was doing multiple step overs, taking on defenders in groups, pure raw talent and potential and street football tendencies, if you may say. But that was all he knew in Portugal, and one could argue that was a result of the coaching in his native country, which were lacking in molding his game for the European Championship level. Because we all know Quaresma, who was his teammate in Sporting Lisbon, would keep on playing the same style in Portugal, while Cristiano on the other hand would welcome criticism and evolve his game to affect the game in a bigger way, because football at the highest level is more about understanding your opponent's weaknesses and making them pay for them. Hence, doing 100 step overs hardly wins you games. For an example, players like Adama Traore have all the physical attributes and speed to conquer the game, but are not even considered world class. Why am I making this argument, you may ask? It's about the development of Cristiano Jr. One of the great decisions that his dad took is to keep playing his football for big European teams, because that means by default, Junior also gets to train with some of the top prospects in the sport of football. His peers are the next hot talent that will come out of Europe, and he also gets put through the paces by the top development coaches to further his game at an early age, which will expose him to tough competition at an early age. As an example, way back at United, the number 7 jersey belonged to David Beckham, who was considered a great in the game of football. But back in 2007, David Beckham decided to leave Real Madrid to move to the United States of America to play for LA Galaxy, which is a decision that deprived his sons of high-level coaching, because in the States, football is not a top priority. The kids there only focus on basketball, American football and ice hockey, meaning football in America isn't up to the same level as Europe in terms of development structures and competitiveness, which is why his sons are failing to follow their father in the sport. Basically, the development is a very important aspect in the game, which is why Cristiano was able to make the next step in his career by moving to United at a young age to evolve his game. But the other component in order for Junior to succeed, which is discipline and hunger, which is why I may ask you this question: who in the world can say they have never heard of Floyd Mayweather? Everybody has heard of Money Mayweather, TBE, which means the best ever, who is the face of boxing from year 2000 until 2020. But long before there was Money Mayweather, there was Floyd Sr. and Roger Mayweather. But Floyd's uncle, Roger Mayweather, has been in boxing all his life, and he made it to the highest level in the sport, a WBA and linear champion in his days. And when it came time for Roger to retire in 1999, Floyd Mayweather was his retirement plan. Hence, Floyd started to compete professionally in 1996. Floyd was born in the sport of boxing and had seen his uncle win world titles in front of his eyes, just like Junior, who has been witnessing his father in some of the biggest stages in the world, from individual glory to national team and club football success. The boy will want to take home the throne from the projected kings of the next decade in Kylian Mbappe and Erling Haaland. His father has already exposed him to the dedication and discipline one has to go through when pursuing greatness, whether it's healthy diet or body recovery bathing after games. The boy is in front seat to see it all, which means we could be seeing a Floyd Mayweather of football in Cristiano Jr. In conclusion, will Cristiano be better than his father? First, we must establish one thing: the road to glory is different for each and every person, but the kid is a step and a half ahead of his father. Whether it's the hours spent on his craft already or the best development clubs in the world, the foundation has been laid thoroughly, and the blueprint is living proof, which is his father. Also, the kid's growth hormone will kick in about the next 4 years, and by then things will be clear and his father will have retired and will eventually be a consultant for the boy. But more importantly, you can expect the boy to be in the first team around about in the next 4 years, but he can emulate his father's path as an understudy. But just like Lionel Messi came behind Ronaldo and etc., also his father came behind Ruud van Nistelrooy and Berbatov, and even more recently Mbappe with Radamel Falcao and Neymar. But the sky is the limit for the boy. He is surely one to watch, but be sure to watch my next video by subscribing and hitting the notification button. Let me know what you think with the comment below in the section.